Alton, Illinois has an amazing history going back to before the Civil War. The town was platted in 1818 and then became an actual incorporated town in 1837. The early history of the River Road in Alton, Illinois is that it was a train corridor and it was very narrow. So bluffs bordered the river and there was just enough room for several sets of train tracks. The corridor was being used for transportation between Alton and Elsah, Grafton areas up past Alton. So it was used for personal transportation as well as commercial transportation. With the onset of the automobile, there was a lot of interest in being able to go up the river in your car as a passenger, as a driver. So in 1934, John D. McAdams, who worked for the Telegraph, started drumming up support for the idea of what would become the River Road. And in 1936, it became a WPA project. And then several years later, in 1940, after they worked out some of the kinks of that, they actually started work on what is now known as the River Road. The next year, in 1941, John D. McAdams died in a car crash, and he never got to see the completion of the River Road, but they did name the River Road later that year the John D. McAdams Parkway. During World War II, there wasn't a lot of work that got done on the River Road or on other projects like that in the United States. And then when they were able to get back into it in the later 40s, they ran into a lot of problems with the road being washed away in flooding. This is Alton, Illinois. It was harder than anyone thought it would be originally. They had crews out there working with pickaxes and shovels and quickly realized that they were going to need heavier machinery. So there were many fits and starts to creating the River Road, and it took several governors and funding from lots of different sources in order to create the final version of the River Road that we get to enjoy now. From the moment that the funding was approved to create the River Road to the moment that it was actually dedicated was 1936 to 1965. So this was a huge undertaking, had a lot of different leadership, had a lot of different people working on it, and spanned decades. The River Road especially is one of the defining places around here, and it's just beautiful. You get a different experience every time you go on it. If you're there in the winter, you might see a bald eagle. If you're there in the fall, you get all the gorgeous colors. And if you're there in the summer, you get to see boats on the river and all the green and the different variations in the green. It's just beautiful, and I notice something new every time. This is one of the most amazing places I've ever lived because it's got so much natural beauty and it's got so much history. And I think one of the most important things is that this was an idea that several people had, but one person, John D. McAdams, really pushed for. And the idea that one person can come up with an idea that rallies people together in a community is an amazing one. It's really inspiring for me to know that individual people can make a difference and make this area better. And I think it's something that we should all continue to think about as we live in Alton and look at what the future could be.